Hey, hiya boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Right, have a couple of games for you from a couple of new contributors this week. Our first one is from Defining Sons. I'm definitely going to have to ask him about that name at some point. From GTC2. I think that's the first time he's sent a replay in, so thank you for that. And he's rolling out in Winter Malinovka in the Centurion, the British Tier 8 medium, and so he's gone down the traditional medium flank here, and he gets a beautiful position. You can often find a few positions like this on Winter Malinovka where you can get shots through the building, and he's going to make good use of this in this initial part of the game. As we said, his teammate doesn't really do him a great deal of favours here. I think he's got a Panther with him, and at one point the Panther is more of a hindrance, sorry, than a help. So he's managed to get a few good shots in. We've managed to reduce one of these tanks down pretty significantly. So he's going to close around here, see if he can now continue to get shots on. Very nice fast firing gun on the Centurion, exactly what you expect from this style of British medium tank. Yeah, he's very quickly reducing the enemy's hit points down, getting pushed into the path of the enemy by his teammate there. Thanks a bunch for that, mate. I'm sure he really appreciated your help there, mate. Yeah, he's done a good job of reducing these two tanks down. They're now both one-shots. So he's going to close on them pretty aggressively, see if he can get this flank cleared up. And as he comes around here, takes kill number 1. He's already racked up over 1400 damage. He's about to come around here and clear this guy up for kill number 2 and clear out this flank. So very good start to the game. And you're going to notice this actually a few times during this game. Generally speaking, it never really looks like green should be losing control of this game. There are two tanks up at this moment in time. Now the red team, as you can see, are sticking together. We've only got one isolated tank who's isolated off here. So we're going to try and get to grips with this guy. Now he has pushed far too much forward. He has isolated himself off. But he doesn't really have a choice, so he just wants to focus on the low hit point tank to see if he can get him cleared. And that leaves our friend here to basically get behind him and keep pumping in the shells. So the enemy tank is going to take the kill, but he's effectively given away the entirety of his own hit points to do it by separating him off from his own team so much. So I'm going to make pretty short work of this and get this guy cleared up for kill number 4, and then perfect targeting of opportunity, the TD there. So we clear him up very quickly for kill number 3 and 4. And so yeah, he's well over 2000 damage now, 4 kills. And it's looking very, very good for the green team. Still got 2 heavies on the red team, 2 heavies on the green, plus our buddy here. Now his hit points have taken a bit of a pasting, but the enemy tanks are lower in hit points than the green team. So you would have to say at this point the advantages are with green. Unfortunately, at this point the green team just seem to lack all coordination, and so they split themselves up and get engaged in one-on-one gunfights instead of focusing targets, and this isn't going to end particularly well from them. Now, you know, neither of these two guys, in the end, are particularly great players, but yeah, they're simply going to get taken apart individually rather than focusing as a team, and that is going to cost the green team here. Now, someone's got to be careful. He is very low in the hit points, so he's going to do his best to try and help out one of his tanks here, one of his teammates here, but his teammate has been reduced to a one-shot. So is he now. He's very lucky to survive that shot there, and he's now having to deal with frontal armour on a Lerva, which is not always the easiest to penetrate in a medium tank. So our friend here in the green heavy has been cleared up. He pretty much didn't do a great deal of anything in this position, gave away his entirety of his hit points, and yeah, the other green heavy is also being cleared up. So this is, you know, from what was pretty much all the way through this game, it's a very fortuitous, excellent bounce there, and then this guy just flat out misses his shot. So he's yeah, to a certain extent he's been a little bit unlucky here in that from what was pretty much a winning position for the entirety of the game, to find himself in this position where he's a one-shot tank against a tank that has much more in the way of hit points than he does. Rather unfortunate, actually, not really reflective of the hard work that he's put in. So he's really sort of up against it now. Now, obviously, he just can't afford to take any kind of shot from the last remaining tank here, and it's not always an easy tank to penetrate the targeting. So he's going to have to wait for shots of opportunity potentially and just try and snipe him, and it's going to take him at least 2 or 3 shots to get this guy down, which is always going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, when I was watching this replay, I did wonder if the tank was fully upgraded, or if he had the full engine modules on, or maybe he's not running the improved fuel. I don't know. It just seemed to be moving a bit more sluggishly than I remember. It's been a while since I've driven this tank, to be fair. But it didn't seem to have the turn of speed that I remember. But I might be wrong in that one. Now he does manage to pull off one shot into the side of the Tiger there. But he's effectively, you know, he hasn't got very long to try and maybe take the win. He does poke out, takes a bounce, and unfortunately does get cleared up there. So ends up on the losing team from what was pretty much a potentially winning position. However, a great individual performance. Does over 3,700 damage, takes 5 kills, and gets a well-earned ace mastery. Very nice game indeed. Thank you for the replay. Okay, another new contributor as well, this time Mk1, also of GTC2. Nice to have a few new contributors from our fellow clan at GTC2, and he's rolling out in the IS-3 Defender, which I believe is still currently in the store. Yeah, they're obviously very interesting tanks. It's exactly the kind of the good armor profile that you would expect with an IS, especially if you get it in a hull down position. But it has you know, a gun that will deal 400 alpha with normal AP, and you've got the benefit of having the 3-shot autoloader. Now, it's quite a lengthy reload, but well, lengthy for an autoloader. It's about 7.5 seconds, I think, for each shell to reload, and then I think the entire magazine is 22-23 seconds. So it's quite a hefty reload, but you're potentially looking at 1,300 damage, 12 to 1,300 alpha with standard AP, or emptying your entire clip, which is a significant amount of damage if you do manage to get them all into one target before you reload. So he's made good use of his first 3 shots here. He's now got to wait for his long reload, but rather than be idle, he's going to use that opportunity to relocate and potentially give his teammate here a hand with this this liberty. So as he comes over here, he manages to stick one in, and now it's an interesting choice, this one. He's decided he's going to try and chase this guy down, see if we can get some more shots into him. Obviously he's going to be much more slower than the enemy tank here, but to a certain extent this guy doesn't really utilise his speed that well. He realises a bit too late that he's getting pushed on. Mk1 gets him tracked here, slows down his momentum, so this guy really is taking more damage than potentially the speed of his tank would have allowed him to do had he got away. He's got himself in a position where he can potentially try and do a runner, and he manages to just duck behind that rock in time to avoid another shot. However, our friend Mk1, he's not going to let him go. He's going to keep pushing round on him, and as he comes round here, where he's going to manage to get another shot into this guy, and then a teammate gets him cleared up, and yeah, things are looking okay. They are a tank down, but he is certainly racking up the damage. Still a tank down, and he's going to effectively do his very best to quickly reduce the hit points down of these remaining tanks. Now, it's looking there's an exchange of tanks there, so it's still a 3-on-2 at this point. Now, there is a one-shot enemy tank on the red team, so that's obviously going to be his first priority target to try and get a gun cleared. His teammate off to the left is not looking very particularly healthy, so he does have to be careful here, preserve his hit points as much as possible. He's done a very good job of that so far. Picks up his first kill there, and the manner in which he's protected his hit points is going to prove vital, because he's going to end up in a situation where he is going to have to be on his own against these two remaining enemy tanks. Now he's bounced a couple of shots there, which was unfortunate. He was hoping to reduce down the hit points on the Jagdpanther there. So again, it's all about at this point picking good angles, putting himself in a good position, and prioritising targets. So he's angled up to the Jagdpanther here, giving himself the best opportunity of bouncing. Now he does again get pushed on from the rear, and our friend back there didn't do a particularly great job of ensuring that he wasn't going to take damage in return for poking out. This gives Cavalier the opportunity. He knew he was going to take a shot from the rear there, but it gives him an opportunity to push around on this guy quickly, get this gun cleared, and then get his tank round again to angle up to face the Jagdpanther. So yeah, it's actually now looking pretty even. If he can keep this in a hold down position against this Jagdpanther and be very careful about when he pokes, he can manage to get his reload on and have his 3 shells available. He's got a reasonable chance of potentially clearing this guy. So he comes around here and gets a beautiful max roll straight into the front of the tank there, basically reducing this guy to a one-shot. I don't think he actually went for the track shot there. I think he was going for the damage, but picks up the track shot. However, he's still got one left in the clip, and he clears him up for his 3rd kill. And an absolutely excellent game there. 4,543 damage, 3 kills, and again another well-earned, well-deserved ace mastery. Thank you very much indeed, Cavalier. That was a fun game to watch. So I'd like to thank our 2 contributors for the videos they sent this week. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel, and as always, good hunting and bye for now.